So if you live in northern Kentucky, Cincinnati, southeast Indiana, any of these areas, and you have a dilapidated deck system, right? You have a deck that has peeling deck paint, rotten boards, rotten rails, loose rails, rotten steps, organic growth, mildew, moss growing all over it. If you have a deck that needs restoration and resurfacing, right? Refinished, and it's in super bad shape, you got a unique opportunity with my company, Calling Armor. Typically, to do deck systems like this thing was inundated with everything that I just mentioned to you. Down there, up here, right? Rotten boards, all that stuff. Typically, to get structures like this cleaned up, washed, restored, and then resurfaced, it is a major process. You're talking about multiple contractors, multiple unreliable contractors, right? Handymen, this type of stuff. And it becomes such a hassle that's why most of the time deck owners end up just doing replacement. They end up just doing tear down to the frame replacement because they know they can get it. They can get it from one company. It's done, it's over, and they feel safer with their money that way. And I don't blame them, and I understand why they do that. But it's ungodly expensive. And lots of them already own considerable equity in their structures, meaning they're existing, they're valuable, right? And not every part of them is bad. So when they have to do that, they're giving up all of that equity that they own. They're just erasing it and replacing it, right? And that sucks. And they're doing that because of that I just mentioned to you, that unreliability, that hassle, that process, the unknown. They don't want to gamble with their hard-earned money. Calling Armor, my company, I have quasi-invented a process that takes deck owners like that and puts them through a process that we call deck rescue painting with the world's toughest deck armor, Calling Armor. Not regular deck paint, not regular deck stain, 30, 50 times sticker. Tons of advantages. It's lifetime deck coating. You do it once, right? Ultimate in deck resurfacing. You can learn more about that by going to our website, but I've created a production machine that will come in, get these structures cleaned up, fully restore them, pull out everything that's bad on them, all their rotten boards. Doesn't matter what it is. If it's a band board, it doesn't matter if they have rotten joint. It doesn't matter. We can fix anything, right? You need a new pair of stairs. We'll rip your old steps off and put you a new pair of stairs on, right? Doesn't make a difference. It gets them cleaned up. It replaces all of their bad components, right? With air-dried, pressure-treated lumber. So all of this is air-dried, pressure-treated, meaning what? Meaning we've let it cure up so it can be coated immediately, right? It can be immediately coated. What's that do? It creates a situation where we can clean, restore, and then resurface, boom, 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 right? Whereas normally these guys that you're messing with, they don't have enough work to do that. They don't have enough exclusive deck work where they can come in and save up lumber, save up air pressure treated lumber that can be immediately coated, right? So you might get them to scab a few boards in for you, but then you're out of luck. You got to wait 6 months to have this stuff coated. And deck owners want it now. They want their decks refinished and restored now. They don't want to wait 6 months, and they don't want new looking decks on, new looking boards on their deck, half their deck fixed, the other half not fixed. They want it all. They want it all kosher. They want it all pretty and made out right then and there. The process that I put deck owners through here in Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky, Southeast Indiana, it answers every single one of those questions. What else does it do? It's typically 1/4 the cost of replacement. So you save that money, but here's the power of money, right? You also save that equity that you owned, right? So all that equity in that structure that you own, you keep it, right? Then, since we have a special coating system, and I won't go into that because it'll make this video really long. If you want to learn about that, go to kongarmor.com. Go to our Facebook page at kongarmor. We can make this where it's the last time that you resurface or restore, you completely refinish, okay? Which pays you dividends over the years of ownership. So it's a huge, huge cost savings and a huge value play. What we've learned, you hear them guys down there ruining my video, right, with that impact drill, but what we've learned is, like this deck, it's sat down there for 15 years without being maintenanced, without being anything. These, same thing. But what we've learned is pine and cedar, this is pine, the two woods that decks are made out of here in the tri-state, normally, it's very versatile lumber. It's all pressure treated, meaning, yeah, you might take on some rot, but any of these structures are typically less than a half a day of crew style repair away from being fully restored, sound, functional structures again that have indefinite lives if they're taken care of. And knowing that, we have deck owners coming in and paying contractors to completely rip them out and replace them because they don't want to gamble with their money and they want it right now, right? And so I brought in a process to solve that. Let's solve it. Let's get them what they want right now. Let's get them the thickest, toughest, baddest deck coating system on the planet, the baddest deck resurfacing coating on the planet. Let's get them the restoration they need. Let's get them all that, and let's deliver it to them all in one shot. Every time I get on camera, there's a guy landing a jet plane, you know, using a jackhammer, something, you know. Every time I do a video, there's some type of, you know, audio interference. Something's going on, you know. So excuse me for that. I'm constantly around a bunch of noises. Listen, here's the deal. You guys can go look at the structures that I've done, over 2,000 in the past decade. All backed by lifetime limited warranty. That's what I didn't mention in this video. We give them, our coating system comes with a better warranty than composite or any other option. And it's locally backed. I didn't even go over that, right? But huge, huge value. If you want to learn more about what I do, restoring and encapsulating decks in the world's toughest deck armor, Kong Armor, just visit kongarmor.com. But for now, I gotta go. Hey, like and follow me too. Wherever you're at, like follow, do all that stuff.